With Clash Royale becoming more and more like a modern game, I think it's time for a fresh start. New cards are few and far between, and their mechanics are overly complicated for such a simple game. Evolutions make it so cycle decks are far better than gimmicky decks, and there are very few actually creative game modes. Now, I could discuss the flawed progression system and the UI, but my issues are with the core gameplay. With that said, here are my hopes for Clash Royale 2. Hope number 1. Keep it simple. The cards are a huge contributing factor to the shifted feeling of gameplay, from careful placement to cycle. To fix this, my suggestion is first to remove the evolution mechanic, and instead add potential evolutions as their own cards with higher elixir cost. Maybe add a rule that there can only be one per deck to make the game more balanced. The next obvious thing to do would be to remove the power creepers, like the Goblin Machine, Goblin Drill, Electro Giant, and the unoriginal evolutions like the Evo Firecracker and the Evo Zap. This would help Clash Royale 2 be more strategic and less annoying. I also see no problem with keeping tower troops in Clash Royale 2. Some argue it makes a game more matchup dependent, but I've experienced it more as a way to cover the weaknesses of your deck, and frankly, I also see them as pretty simple. They are game-changing, of course, but still straightforward. Oh, also, Clash Royale has been doing this to some extent, but we need more card releases, like 2 a month. Hope 2. Rarities mean something. Rarities in Clash Royale are silly. The Giant is rare, but the Royal Giant is common. Miner is legendary, but Goblin Drill is epic. I hope we're better in Clash Royale 2. I understand Clash Royale needs to have an equalized amount of common, rare, epic, and legendary cards for the chest drop rates, and Clash Royale doesn't want to waste time on lame common cards. So, what I think should happen is Clash Royale 2 should tighten their standards and make sure only very epic cards can be epic, and only very legendary cards can be legendary. Hope 3. More exciting games. One thing I never understood about Clash Royale was how much damage tower troops do. It seems crazy that so many pushes are stopped by skeletons and an ice spear when on the defending side. The way I see it, Clash Royale is too defensive, requiring much more elixir to form a push, but almost none to defend. And the way to fix it is higher health, lower damage tower troops. This will make it so players would have to invest in cards that deal damage to stop pushes, instead of using cheap distraction cards and letting the tower troops do all the work. Hope 4. More game modes. Probably the best change to make for Clash Royale 2 would be to add more game modes. Kind of like in Brawl Stars. And hey, why not add modifiers to the game while you're at it? These modes would put the spotlight on different cards, open the door for more strategies, and most importantly, keep the game fresh and engaging. But that's not all. I also want crazy game modes on weekends, like Super Troop Draft, or gift fields. None of this insert card draft, or insert card spawns in the back, or capture the insert card. Seriously, there's so much untapped potential for these. Like a game that ramps up in speed, a game where you get to double any stat of any card in your deck, or any custom troop at all. Hope 5. Power-ups. Obviously, Clash Royale 2 will need a new flashy feature, and I think that feature should be power-ups. They work similar to power-ups in BTD battles. Basically, upon activation, they'll give you a boost or sabotage the opponent, except you only get 1 power-up per game. Here are some examples. Elixir Boost immediately gives you 3 elixir, charges 2. Recycle, play a card out of cycle, charges 3. Lockdown, prevents your opponent from playing a card for 3 seconds, charges 1. You can put your power-up ideas in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a "Don't Ever Let Bro Cook Again" comment. Goodbye!